Hello dear viewers, today we take you to a dark period of the ancient Roman Empire. The star of this period is Caligula, one of the most controversial rulers of the ancient world, who made his name known through scandals and madness. In this 10-minute video, we take a deep dive into the life of Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus and explore the complex realities of his empire. Let's dive into Caligula's life story. Born in the military camps of Rome, young Gaius followed in the footsteps of his father, Germanicus. AD born in the military camps of Rome in 12 BC. Caligula, real name Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, was a name that immediately attracted attention. His father, Germanicus, was one of Rome's leading generals, and Caligula's childhood was spent in the disciplined atmosphere of the army. However, the peaceful days during this period were overshadowed by the intrigues within the family. Germanicus' death had a profound impact on Caligula's life. Intrigues and political struggles within the family had a strong impact on young Caligula and thrust him into a complex political environment. The high expectations from his father's leadership were a burden that Caligula was forced to take on at a young age. Caligula's childhood years deeply influenced his character and leadership style. The experiences he gained during this period made him both a strong and formidable leader, preparing him for his accession to the throne of the Roman Empire. AD in 37 BC, Caligula ascended to the throne of the Roman Empire upon the death of the previous emperor, Tiberius. Caligula, who ascended to the throne at a young age, was greeted with hope and change by the Roman people and Senate. However, this was to be a complicated period of his empire. After taking the throne, Caligula immediately embarked on radical policy changes, tax reductions, political cleansing, and various public services were the first steps towards changing the social and economic fabric of the empire. These reforms brought hope to the beginning of Caligula's reign. Caligula's early policies brought in great popularity among the people. The reforms carried out in Rome's wide geography and the advantages offered to the people position the emperor favorably in the eyes of the Roman people. However, this popularity would face various difficulties over time. On the other hand, Caligula's relations with the Senate were complicated. While the Senate opposed the young emperor's approach to radical changes, Caligula often ignored the Senate. This tension deeply affected the administrative dynamics of the empire. Caligula's empire is known as the period when he literally turned the Roman palace into a center of entertainment and magnificence. The emperor enlivened his palace with constantly organized sumptuous events, luxurious parties, and crazy entertainments. This change fundamentally affected the social and cultural fabric of Rome. Caligula's magnificent projects spread to various parts of the empire. Monumental buildings, amphitheaters, and temples in Rome reflected the emperor's flamboyant and assertive leadership style. These projects transformed the physical appearance of the empire into one of the most modern and largest empires of the period. However, Caligula's crazy entertainments and magnificent projects were also associated with moral corruption and scandals, as a period of debauchery, moral decadence, and palace intrigues. The social structure beneath the empire suffered a major upheaval. Caligula's wild entertainments and grandiose projects create a complex picture of his reign. The effects of this turbulent period were felt both inside and outside the empire for a long time. Caligula's reign was filled with palace intrigue and scandals. Intrigues in the emperor's court began to shake the Roman Empire, triggering moral decline and uncertainty in government. As a time of debauchery and moral corruption, Caligula's excesses deeply affected Roman society. Caligula's excesses were manifested not only within the palace walls, but also in the political arena. The moral degradation shown by the emperor in politics led to serious discontent among the Senate and other important figures. This situation contributed to the internal turmoil of the empire. Caligula's excesses. A moral decline paints a complex portrait of his empire. So what were the long-term effects of this crazy period on Roman society and history? How were Caligula's moral decline evaluated by historians and researchers? After Christ in 41, in the middle of Caligula's empire, assassination plans began to be made against the emperor among a group of nobles and senators. The group was disturbed by Caligula's authoritarian rule and wild entertainments. The assassination plan was prepared in a detailed and complex manner. However, the secrets of the plan cannot always be protected. The assassins sneaked into Caligula's palace to implement their plans. However, the plan did not work as expected, leaving the assassins faced with unexpected resistance. Caligula managed to survive and the assassination attempt failed. However, the effects of this event profoundly affected the political atmosphere of the Roman Empire. The reasons behind the assassination were shaped by a dissatisfaction with Caligula's management style and his crazy life in his palace. The emperor's harsh policies and arbitrary behavior created an atmosphere of resistance among the Roman Senate and nobles. Although the assassination attempt failed, it caused great outrage. In a state of increasing paranoia, Caligula began to take tighter control of the government. Senators and nobles who took part in the assassination plot were severely punished. This event further increased the period of instability in Caligula's reign. Caligula was the third emperor of the ancient Roman Empire. In after Christ, reigned from 12 August 31st to 24th January 41. Caligula's life ended tragically as a result of intrigues within the palace. A group of nobles and senators had prepared an assassination plan against Caligula. Assassination attempt. After Christ, it took place in January 41. The assassination, carried out by palace guards, took place inside a passage in Caligula's palace. The emperor was stabbed to death by the Praetorian guards. There are uncertainties and debates about the reasons behind this incident and the identity of the assassins. Caligula's death caused a series of political and social events in the Roman Empire. After his death, the rule of the empire continued, with a new emperor appointed by the Praetorian Guard. Caligula's death represents one of the turbulent periods in ancient Roman history and points to the internal strife of the empire. Caligula's legacy and influences have been evaluated in complex ways throughout history. In ancient times, during and after Caligula's reign, the events he experienced and his style of government had a profound impact on the Roman Empire. However, assessments of these effects vary widely among historians and commentators. During the Renaissance period and beyond, the portrayal of Caligula became more diverse. Some writers continue to view him as a tyrant and despotic leader, while others have taken a skeptical view of his insanity and moral decline. During the Renaissance, with increasing interest in ancient Roman history, Caligula's portrait was often described with more drama and hatred. Modern historians have attempted to evaluate Caligula's reign and legacy from a more objective perspective. However, due to uncertainty and omissions in sources, his leadership and personality still the subject of much speculation and debate. While some historians view some of his governing policies in a positive light, others argue that he was a figure who dragged the empire into internal strife. As a result, Caligula's legacy and influences have been evaluated from different perspectives throughout history. His reign represents one of the turbulent periods of the ancient Roman Empire, and it has always been difficult to form a clear picture of his leadership. Here is a journey into a dark period of ancient Rome. This in-depth analysis of Caligula's life offers a portrait of not only a ruler, but also how an empire changed. I hope this story intertwined with history will impress you. See you in the next video. Goodbye.